This is my 1977 Dodge 3/4 ton B200 short wheelbase, no window, shorty shaggin' wagon van. This is what the van looked like when I first had it shipped to my house about 6 months ago. She was a project for sure, and I found her through doing a daily lister search, which is a nationwide Craigslist search engine. The van came out of the scrublands of Texas, about 3 hours west of Dallas. But what really sold me on her was how nice the door jambs looked, how straight the body looked in the photos, and that the inside of the van was a clean slate for exactly what I had planned. Literally, one day after the van was delivered to my house from Texas, I drive her 45 minutes to my buddy Paul's house where he starts to break her down. He found some rust spots that he cut out and welded new metal in. I bought fiberglass wheel flares and a chin spooler that he began to fit tight to the body. Then he started massaging the body afterwards. Then we played around with different type of color mixes and settled on a Mopar B3 blue color, but we added some extra metallic in it. He sprayed the roof first, then the body the following week. What's surprising though is how dramatic this blue changes based on the light, going from like a silver look all the way to a medium blue. After a few days of letting the 2 coats of color dry, he pulls the van out into the sun. He installs the new wheels I bought and checks her out. At that point, I add up my costs so far, and for the van, shipping, brokerage services, the flares, the chin spoiler, wheels, tires, a new chrome front bumper and side pipes, I'm at $6,900. About a week after that last photo was taken of the van with the new wheels on her, I'm texting and calling Paul, but I'm not getting an answer. A few days after that, I get a text from Paul's sister, Judy, and I learn that he tragically passed away while at home. So it's 6 weeks later that I work out with Paul's sister a payment of $3,000 for the cost of paint and bodywork, which right now I just attribute this just to being good karma. So I'm now at $9,900 for the van, and I get her towed out of Paul's garage and delivered back to my house. And so I got a lot of money tied up in this van, and I lost a lot of the passion too with Paul passing away. And so that's where I'm at with this thing right now. I still need another $2,000 to finish the interior and to complete this vision that I had with the disco floor and the 3D mirror on the walls and fur and shag everywhere. But instead of that, I put an ad on Facebook Marketplace just to see if there's any interest in this van and see if I can recoup what I got into it. And that's when this gentleman named Mark shows up who owns a restoration shop down in Tennessee. He does high-end restorations of Mopar muscle cars. You know, Chargers, Challengers, and Cudas and so forth. He's wanting to do a van for him and his wife. He saw this as a big jump start to getting something done on a quick, where he doesn't have to spend a year and a half working on it. And he wants to take over the project. And so we're going to see if he has much interest in it. When he shows up, he's going to be here any minute. We're going to see if we can work out a deal, and we'll see if it finds a new owner. So Mark showed up, he checked out the van, he spent about 2.5 hours here. I mean, he went over every nook and cranny of this thing, top, bottom, inside, outside, everywhere. He liked what he saw, he brought a trailer with him, and away she goes. So there she goes. I tell you, I've got mixed emotions about this. You know, there was a connection with Paul with this van, but I also knew I was going to be upside down on the money, and I still had the interior to finish, and there was no way I was going to even get close to breaking even. Now, Mark and I, we worked out a deal where, you know, I'm losing, I don't know, $300 on this from what I put into it and what he paid. You know, and from a financial perspective, that's about the best I could hope for with this van. And I kind of knew that going into it. And that's the real reason why I listed it so early on. But she's gone. She's gone to a better home than I, someone with deeper pockets than me, and someone with the skills and the ability to finish this the right way. And so I'm happy for Mark. I'm hoping he's going to keep up with it, and he's going to share the updates with me. And I'm anxious to see how it turns out at the end. So I appreciate your watching. Thanks for sticking around for this, and I'll see you next time.